pretty strong start to the year. You won in Spain, reached the final in Malaysia, then that tearaway triumph at the All England. That was that one big title missing from your cabinet, and must have really felt like you've sort of completed the full set when you won that title and the fashion you won it in.
Definitely, it was a dream coming true for me in All England, and even though it was sort of a pretty how can you say, mixed feelings coming home and everything being locked down, and of course the COVID-19 situation filled a lot during that week. However, it doesn't take anything away from my victory at the All England, and it was a great win for me. And as you say, to sort of get the tournament, the All England tournament on my CV is definitely something which is really special, and I'm really, really happy to be amongst the Danish players who has won the All England.
But I've been speaking to a lot of Indian athletes. I've spoken to the world champion PV Sindhu in women's. I've also spoken to a lot of our male players who you know pretty well. And they seem to all have a consensus that if you start now, it's going to take about 2.5 months for them to sort of reach peak fitness, that is match sharpness. For you, how much do you estimate yourself, how much time it will take you to get back to the levels you were, say, when you won the All England?
It's tough to say. Obviously we already started practicing and have been doing this for a solid month to 1.5 months right now. So obviously we have sort of got a head start a little bit, but to get into, we're still under limited time. So it's obviously going to take some time still. However, I'm sure that I'm able to be in an okay shape when the tournament starts to get arranged again and to get going. So I'm looking forward to it, of course. But still, there's a lot of time until next tournament. So for me personally, it's also to sort of make sure that I practice the right things at the right times, because this is a really unusual situation. Normally, we only have a few weeks at home before we travel again. But now we're talking several months, so it's a different training situation as well.
The other concern is that of these of travel regulations, of quarantine rules in various countries as well, isn't it? And a lot of players have told me, Victor, that these are decisions that will have to be taken very carefully, because when you are traveling for a tournament, you're traveling overseas. At the back of your mind, you know that there's sort of a risk somewhere, and when you're playing at the top level, you need to be completely clear when you're going into a big tournament.
It's such a tough situation again, and I don't think it's sustainable if a lot of countries, they have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks upon returning home. I don't think that's not going to be possible with the calendar we have now. So it's something where we have to see how the situation develops, and hopefully when September comes around, things is better, and we are able to travel more freely around the world. And if that's not the case, then it's going to be really, really tough to live up to the calendar layout which we see right now. Even though I hope that we will be able to play as many tournaments as possible, the situation has to get better first. So let's see what happens. I'm just crossing my fingers here in Denmark.
Badminton is primarily an indoor sport. The new normal across the world seems to be no fans. Now, some players thrive off the atmosphere, and you know that in badminton, it can get very noisy and very boisterous. So how does that sort of affect players now with having no fans around?
Well, it's going to be so different. Me personally, I haven't played a tournament without any spectators for a long, long time. So it's definitely going to be different if that's the case, and it's going to be maybe feel like a little bit more like a practice session, and because the fans and the loud cheering and everything definitely of course creates an atmosphere which is really special. So it's going to be sad to play without spectators, but it's better than not playing at all. So we'll see how that is. It's going to be crazy and really, really different.